ago, she starred as Maria in The Sound of Music. Last year, she played Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady. And this year, the award-winning opera singer and actress Brittany Smith takes on the lead role of Rosina in the much-loved comic classic, The Barber of Seville. Let's go meet her. Brittany, thank you so much for sitting down with me in what I'd like to call your office.
Thank you for having me, Palesa.
Now, you have been privileged enough to grace many stages and in the starring lead role, which is something that is so applaudable. And right now, you've stepped into the role as Rosina. Tell me about that role and the preparation.
As a soprano, I never thought I would ever delve into Rossini, let alone Rosina, who's actually written for a really strong alto mezzo with, really high range. But I mean, lots of sopranos have done the role, have coveted the role, and it's quite interesting seeing how I can jump from different registers. I mean, I sometimes sing very high up there and then I sing very low, and it's teaching me a lot about where my voice is operatically at the moment.
Telling stories takes commitment, and the theatre provides the perfect stage.
Opera is not something that any child will wake up and say, I'm going to be an opera singer, Mom. How did you get into that?
So I was always fascinated with listening to classical music, especially FMR. And it was one day that I was just playing with the dial on the radio and it landed on this. And I was like, oh, this sounds nice. And, I sort of just kept it there. And I remember I was 17 years old and my choir mistress, Sonja van Amstel, brought us to see Cape Town Opera's Carmen. And I remember it was curtain up, orchestra tuning, and I was in it. I was zoned in, I was fascinated. I asked Mrs. van Amstel, look, where are the speakers, where are the mics? Because I was sitting in the very far back row of the stalls. And she's like, no, my darling, that's pure, raw, unmiked singing, and I instantly fell in love. And going from wanting to go straight into, an LLB and flipping it over into music, my parents were very supportive of that. I'm very lucky to have had a family that's so supportive. They said, you know what, do what makes you happy. And I've not looked back since.
But then you thought, I'm not stopping at music. I'm going to go into the acting and the dancing space. Is it safe to say, as a Fleur de Cap award winner, that you're officially a triple threat?
I would say a 2.5 threat. Because I'm still trying to get the dancing under control. I've got two left feet.
I'll be your half.
Girl, I was that child. My sister, actually funny that you bring it up. My sister could never clap and dance and sing together. And now I feel like that is where I'm at. But I mean, I think with respect to everyone else in the musical theatre industry, I could say that I am an emerging triple threat. And it's made me have a lot of respect for the musical theatre performance because it's cutthroat, you give your all. It's much like opera, it's tiring, it's competitive, but in the end, it's also very rewarding. When you hear the audience clap for the entire cast, it's just like, yes, I've done my job and I've done it well,
And look, you played one of my favorite roles in musical theatre with Maria in The Sound of Music. I won't go into the hills are alive.
Oh, yes, girl.
With the sound of music. Oh, that's the one I was looking for, yes. That must have been a grueling audition process.
I thought I was going to go in, sing, speak some lines for Stephen Stead, who I have had the privilege of working alongside even before The Sound of Music in opera. I walked out of there sweaty. I had like this pretty black dress on, audition day dress. I had my little kitten heels, my hair was done, my makeup was done. By the time I walked out of there, half my makeup was sweated off my face and my dress, the lace that I had over the dress was taken off because I was getting too hot, and I walked out barefoot. And I was like, what was that? It felt like a fever dream. I did not expect it to be that hectic, but it was soul-freeing to be able to just create. Because Stephen was very like, you do what you want to do. We want to see what you come up with. And there was, including myself, not a dry eye in that audition room that day.
Celebrating Women's Month and rounding off our conversation, you are a woman of color, you are strong, you are bold, and you're absolutely talented. What would you say to the women of South Africa as we celebrate and commemorate Women's Month?
Don't let people silence you, because that's when they feel free to walk over you and damper down on what you have to offer. As a woman, especially a woman of color, in this horrible world that we live in, where gender-based violence is rife in our world, speak up. Speak up. If it makes you unhappy, make the noise. If it makes you happy, make the noise. And always be resilient and hardworking.
Make the noise. Well, you are definitely making a lot of noise. All the best and break a leg as you play Rosina in The Barb of Seville. Thank you
so much.
What a dream come true in more ways than one. Brittany is a real inspiration to young girls and ladies in our Rainbow Nation this Women's Month.